Well. Looks like we got a little bit of decommitting going on around here. That's not a big surprise. It happens each and every year. But Jaden O'Neal was a guy that everybody thought was entrenched at Oklahoma. He even went as far as to move his family down here to Oklahoma so he could go to high school in Mustang, Oklahoma, and be closer to Oklahoma. But here recently, as you know, Oklahoma hires Ben Arbuckle, and he comes in, and it seems like Ben Arbuckle wants to go all in on Bowe Bentley, and now Jaden O'Neal has decommitted. A lot of Oklahoma fans are up in arms, and I just come in here to try to either calm their feathers or maybe agree with them. But before we get to all that, let's get to the four horsemen shout-outs of the day. They go to Heath Stokes, Texas Torpedo, Keelback First, and Sooner J.H. Travels. Now, let's also go ahead and get that comment of the day out of the way. It comes from Jay. He says, "Thank you, Outlaw, for this super video concerning OU and Bama. I'm a Sooner through and through, but I also appreciate Bama and their history. We're brothers brought together by the SEC." That's right. Two Crimson Nations rule, baby. And that is your comment of the day and your Four Horsemen shout-outs. Now, let's talk about it. As you can see here, we're going to go ahead and get right into this deal here. It says here on Hayes Fawcett. He's a great follow, by the way. He's over on Twitter. Y'all check him out. Breaking news, 4-star quarterback Jaden O'Neal decommits from Oklahoma. As you scroll down here, you'll see some replies from some people that you would probably consider haters, like Bear Bryant's Burner, that says, "Great decision. That program is on a huge decline," which is absolutely wrong, Bear Bryant's Burner. I'm an Alabama fan, and, you just need to do your research just a little bit. If the program was on a decline, they wouldn't have gotten John Mateer and Ben Arbuckle, both from Washington State, in a high prolific offense. But you're going to have those haters coming in here that try to dance on Oklahoma, thinking that, Oklahoma's dead. As you can see, scrolling on down here, they're all overreacting and gleefully acting spastic. As you can see here, Raider Rash says Oklahoma's the new Nebraska, which is pretty It's a pretty rushed to judgment there, Raider Rash. I mean, Brent Venables has only been there, 3-4 years? This will be his fourth year. Maybe you can say that after they go through about 3 or 4 coaches like Nebraska did. They've only went through one right now, and that's Brent Venables. As you know, Lincoln Riley, as much as we hate him, he did have success at Oklahoma, took them to the playoffs, and I think he won a Big 12 title or two. So, yeah. As you're going down here, Gilbo says good luck to Jaden, but Bowe Bentley, come on down, says Gilbo. That's what a lot of Oklahoma fans feel. They feel like they're all in on Bowe Bentley, and we'll talk about him in just a second because they better hope that Bowe Bentley does commit. As you know, my boy Killer Breeze, who's on the show quite a bit, that's one of his concerns, and many Oklahoma fans' concerns out there is Oklahoma going all in on this guy without really knowing whether or not he is truly going to commit to Oklahoma. But as you can see, as you scroll on down here, I think here's a picture of him with Oklahoma. It says OU isn't cheating as well as they used to. It's sad, really. Well, West Austin, we all cheat. I get so tired of people, especially even my own fan base. Ryan Fowler from the game last year was like, Ohio State is the best money a team can buy, in reference to saying, maybe alluding to that Ohio State cheated and paid players. We're all paying players at this point, and we all have been paying players probably since the 1920s. That's a big hit for the Sooners' future, says College Football Authority. You're not much of an authority, brother, because if you were, you would know that if they get Bowe Bentley is ranked a lot higher than Jaden O'Neal. Also, they got John Mateer this year. So, yeah. And I don't know, John Mateer may have one more season after that. I'm not sure about that. I wish nothing but the best for him. Class act all the way. Sorry it didn't work out. So that is just a little reaction so far to the Oklahoma and Jaden O'Neal fiasco that has percolated a little bit. Some people are overreacting, and some people are on even keel about it. Now, I hate to rain on the haters parade out there. While this was, it's always a loss when you lose a great recruit like that. But the thing is, Bowe Bentley is in the same exact class as Jaden O'Neal. And it seems like that Oklahoma and Ben Arbuckle in particular feel strongly that they will get Bowe Bentley, and that's why they went all in on him. And a lot of people are saying that Jaden O'Neal has more upside, that maybe he was a better quarterback, and plus he showed that he was really committed to Oklahoma. And, Brent Venables has always been on the soapbox about, hey, if you commit to Oklahoma, you can't shop around. And then he commits to Oklahoma at a position where there's not a lot of playing time. If you're committed at that position, then you need to be committed. And Brent Venables and Ben Arbuckle, some people are saying, are being hypocritical because they went outside and started looking at other players in the same exact class as Jaden O'Neal. But to me, there's a little bit of an extenuating circumstance there, in that you bring in a new offensive coordinator and you want to give him exactly the quarterback and the offensive tools that he desires. So it sort of a catch-22 there, in my opinion. So also, Jaden O'Neal in the top 300 is not nearly as highly ranked in the ESPN 300. I was looking at it, and I think that not Ben Arbuckle, but I think that Bowe Bentley was ranked in the 70s on the top 300, while Jaden O'Neal was in the 200s on the top 300. So a lot of places out there, On3 and ESPN and whatnot, there are some that disagree. Some people are saying that Jaden O'Neal's top 10, but those two are really well-known publications, and they seem to agree that Bowe Bentley is the better choice of the two, and that is why that Ben Arbuckle and Brent Venables are going after him instead of trying to keep Jaden O'Neal. Now I'm going to bring up the Bowe Bentley thing here to try to maybe calm some feathers out there for the Oklahoma Sooners. This might make y'all feel a little bit more at ease. As you can see here, this is from On3 Sports. This is an indication of where they think that Bowe Bentley is going to go. It says top teams from the RPM prediction here. Oklahoma, whose primary recruiter is Ben Arbuckle, is 44.8% likely to get the commitment from Bowe Bentley. LSU comes in at second with 23.8%, followed by Florida State at third, 7.2%. Ohio State at 6%. At number 5, the Georgia Hedge Pissers are also in the top 5 on this recruit. It is a little worrisome that, he's not completely 50% or more, but that is a pretty high percentage, although LSU could come in and steal him away. As you know, Brian Kelly has a way with recruiting quarterbacks and receivers and all the offensive stuff that goes with it. He's considered a pretty good offensive mind, although he's a little bit shady sometimes. So the LSU still has a pretty decent chance at this recruit. It might lend people to worry a bit, but this is a pretty high percentage going into it. And I think he has now officially narrowed it down to those two teams. Now I'm going to bring up another article from Storm and Norman to give a little more substance to this video. As of Friday morning, the Oklahoma Sooners are without a quarterback from the 2026 class. The Sooners' pursuit of two different quarterbacks in the same class, at least briefly, has blown up in their faces. Thursday night, longtime commit Jaden O'Neal decommitted from OU. So now the Sooners' future at that position is in limbo because of Bowe Bentley's looming decision. Sooners are awaiting Bowe Bentley's decision. Bentley, it says here, as we said before, has narrowed his choices down to OU and LSU after taking official visits to both recently. A decision is expected to be announced any time. The fact O'Neal finally abruptly decommitted might even foreshadow a decision that favors OU is right around the corner. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, the fact that O'Neal went ahead and decommitted may foreshadow that. He may know something that we don't know. Those high school players talk amongst each other, and O'Neal may have heard from some of his buddies that are close to both the players, O'Neal and Bowe Bentley, that Bowe Bentley is going to, in fact, commit to Oklahoma. He has since rocketed up recruiting rankings as a consensus 4-star prospect. Bentley has emerged as the number 10 quarterback in the class, according to 247 Sports Composite. His stock has only increased this week while impressing at the Elite 11. So, with that being said, it looks like if Brent Venables and Ben Arbuckle do secure this commitment from Bowe Bentley, now 247 Sports is also saying he's a top 10 quarterback. It looks like if they get him, that Ben Arbuckle and Brent Venables made the correct evaluation in picking between these two quarterbacks. But that's all I got to say about that for now. If y'all don't mind, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. And also, if you want to, do a little something extra. Get your badge. Get deputized. Be in the Outlaw Posse. It's not $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. You'll get your random Four Horsemen shout out like those guys did earlier, as well as possibly be the comment of the day. And it's just $2.99. With that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.